going on, family? Decided to hop on here really quick, give you guys some updates. Give you guys some quick updates. Let me go ahead and go live on IG. Am I doing this wrong? Oops. My fault, guys. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Just letting everyone know I'm out here. Live on YouTube. Charts and questions. Ask there. Can't ask there. Hey, my guy, CMR. Did I post that? Did I pin that? Yeah, let me pin that. Let me pin that. Big pinners. Big pinners. Oh, let me see how I can set this up really quick. How can I set this up? Boom. All right, we got that up. We got the YouTube up. We got a little background music. Yeah, I mean, what's going on, family? Just giving a quick update here to let you know what's going on. Man, everyone ain't got to freak out. We're going to be all right. If anything, this is the best opportunity that you've had in a very long time to get in and get on. Bloodbath today, but we buying, baby. You know, on red days. What are we doing on red days? Scoop that up. And we dollar cost average in, right? So that way we're not blowing the whole load all at once. Dollar cost average in, get into some spots, get into some more spots. So we might have missed some spots already. So what I'm going to give you guys today is a couple more spots that if it continues down this trend that we can look at. The first thing I want to show though, I just want everyone to see, like, as a reminder, like when you look at the bigger picture, the macro trend, this is where we came down to 29,574. And look, we can look back to just not even, what is this, in January, literally January, we were just at the same spot. So it's no time to trip. This is called a correction, right? This is called a normal correction. This is a market pullback. And we can see how far we corrected, we can see if you go ahead and take a measuring stick from the top of there down to the bottom of here. So it was a 54% pullback right there. You can see it was a 54.5% pullback right there, right? So we got that 55% pullback from the high, which was just April 14th. So literally almost 1 month ago exactly, down to 4 days. So in a month and 4 days, we pulled back 54%. So what we're going to do is we're going to look into the charts and see when was the last time that happened. And when was the last time it happened? How much did we pull back? How long was the time period? And what that will do is give us an understanding of why this isn't as big of a deal as you may think it is. It's more so of a normal correction, which just presents, again, what? Buying opportunities. So let's get into that real quick. So I'm going to go ahead and erase this, remove this, boom, boom. And then when we pull this up, right? So again, remember we said it was 54. Let me write that up here. 54% pullback from, what were the dates again? It was April 15th through, what's today's date? May 19th. So we had a 54% pullback in that time. All right, we'll make it red. All right, cool. So that's up there to remind us, right? This is up here to remind us that was this drop. That was from here down to there. That's exactly what that was. 54 pullback from April 15th to May 15th. Now let's go back and see if we can find any similarities. Let's go back and see if we can find any similarities previously that had the same type of thing going on. What's up? I got some people on YouTube. Drop a question if you got one. Appreciate y'all being here. Could be anywhere in the world right now. But you're here with me. I appreciate that. Shout out to Hove. Alright. So now we're going back, and what we're looking for is a 54% pullback in the same amount of time, in the same time, or similar time frame, right? So right here we see there was a pullback. Go ahead and pull a measuring stick. So right here, 25%. We had a 25% pullback, and that was from, let's go over, oops, from this high right here down to here. So that was 46 days, 46 bars. Oh, sorry, 7 days, 7 days. All right, so that was only 7 days, so we need something bigger than that, right? So what we'll do is we just go back even further. And now we're looking to find a similar pullback that could give us some indication that this has happened before, right? So maybe we don't freak out quite as bad. So boom, measuring stick, we got a high right here. And this was, oh, that's the one we just did. See here. Pullback was to here. So this was 19 days at 28. I'm sorry. So we're going from this high right here for the people that aren't quite sure what I'm doing. We're going from, let's make it a little bit bigger for you. We already did this measurement, and we saw that from this high right here down to here, you see that 35 days, 54%, right? Everyone sees that? 35 days, 54%. So now we're going through and to see if we find anything similar to that. And we're going back. I'm going back to Cali. And now, so we're going to look for a high and look for a pullback. So we had a high here, and then we had a pullback down to here. So this was 19 days at 35%. So not quite exactly as much. Boom, let's keep going back. Boom. I think this is the one we already did. So we need to go even further back. And what I would like to do is if I can go into do a monthly chart. Why can't I see anything here? So this chart goes back to 2012, so that's what we needed, a chart that went further back. And now this is a monthly time frame, right? So each one of these candles is 1 month. One candle, 1 month. So let's go from this monthly time frame, boom. Again, this was the high, 65. Same thing coming down here to the low. And you see it's still the same thing, right? You guys see still 53%? We're just on a monthly chart. So no tricks or anything, we're just on a monthly chart. It's still same, we did a 54% pullback. And now we're just gonna go back and look to see when a similar of those occurred. Sorry, that's my apologies. I should have been on a monthly chart this whole time. I'm setting these lines here because that's like the range that we found ourselves in. Unfortunately, that's a humongous range. All right, so now we're going back in time, and we're looking for similar pullbacks. All right, so we got one right here, right? So let's measure this one out. So we had a high. You see this high, December 2017. Boom. And you measure that down to the low. So we go over, and down to here. Now look at this, guys. This was an 80% pullback. Everyone can see that, right? Now that was over a longer time period, but that's still an 80% pullback. So if we do the same thing, boom, oops, sorry. So we do the same thing right here, right? We got the high, click that all the way over, and let's just go. This was in 90 days, 62 days, 31 days. Let's see where that ends. So that ends right there. Look at this. So I'm going to try to zoom in and make this clearer for you. We were looking for something that indicated something similar, right? We found this range. We found this spot. We go from the top of, oops, let me try to get it accurate. We go from the top of this spot to the bottom of this red candle right here. So you see where it wicks down? We're at the bottom of that. We go over. So one month, 31 days, pretty much the same thing. The other one was 35 days. 54%. Come on, man. Come on, man. You kidding me? The same exact amount? It went down the same exact amount? Come on, that's. And for the people that can't see it, let me try to show you this. Let me remove, make that invisible, right? So we're using the bottom of this wick. We're using the bottom of that wick and the top of this wick. And we're measuring how far that is. And the reason we're doing this is because we're trying to find out. Look, so you see 31 days, 55%. 31 days, 55%. Now we're going to go over back to the current time. And again, this is in, let's look at when this has occurred. This is in December 2017 to January 2018, right? You see that at the bottom, December to January. And now we're going back to right now. And this is right now. So right here, you see, we got April 2021, May 2021. Right? We're doing the same exact thing. We're taking our measure stick. We're going from, and let me just do it the exact same way. We're going from this top of this candle wick to the bottom of this candle wick. We're doing the same exact thing we just did. Measuring sticks on. Boom. Click. Oops. I'm going to get better with this eventually. Boom. We click at the top of that. We come down. We go to the bottom of this one. 54%. And it's going to say 35 days, it should say. Well, on a monthly chart, so maybe not, but 30 days. Look at that. Exact same thing. The other one was 31 days for 54%. This one's 30 days at 54%. So you shouldn't be worried, guys. There's not anything to trip on. This is normal. You are losing your yeah, I gotta blurt that out. I'm not supposed to be cussing. You're losing your stuff for no reason. This is a normal pullback. This is a buying opportunity. So that's what I wanted to show you guys first. You know, obviously, once you know that, you can calm yourself down. Be like, oh, okay, I'm not even tripping. This is the same exact movement. And when we go back here, we still got our ruler on. Again, 30 days, 54%. We go from the top of that wick down to the bottom of the next wick. And because I'm not zoomed in, it's just the numbers are a little off, but 31 days, 56%. And for the haters out there, let me go ahead and zoom in to make sure y'all see it. No, I'm not playing around out here. Come on, man. Look at this. Look at that right there. Boom. To the bottom of this one. Boom. 56%, 31 days. 54%, 31 days. It's not anything to be tripping out about, guys. It's not something that you need to get worried about. The James, I just saw your comment. Are we buying this dip or waiting for further correction? 80% is wild to say out loud. 80% is wild to say out loud, but I mean, that's how the market. When you know the market, it's not as wild, right? When you know how the market moves, you're not tripping as much. You're like, oh, okay, I don't even got to trip. But would I? You might. That's why you know what I mean? Tune in. Tune in. You got to tune in. Once you tuned in, then you're not tripping as much, right? So now what do we do? Now that we know this has happened before, now that we know we don't have to trip out as much, what do, right? Again, one more time. Boom. So boom. 31 days, 54%. 31 days, 56%. It's happened before. Don't even trip out about it. What do we do next? What do we do next? I got you. this is what we do next. We find our favorite coins and the ones that are on sale. Excuse me. So we're going to find into our cryptocurrency, right? Into our coin market cap and into Giro, man. I love Giro. It's such a good project. So we're going. I'm gonna use CoinGecko today. I use Coin Market Cap a lot, but recently the app hasn't been loading on my phone, and I've been getting frustrated with it. So you know what I mean. Boom. We rocking with CoinGecko today. All right. So we see here CoinGecko. What do? We buy on red days, right? Red, red, red. That's why we're buying. We're buying on red days. And what else are we gonna do? We're only buying coins with good FA, good fundamental analysis, good FA, right? So you already know Bitcoin, good. Ethereum, good. Binance, good. Cardano, good. Polkadot, good. Uniswap, good. Polygon, good. Chainlink, good. Solana, great. VeChain, good. Theta, good. Aave, good. Tron, if you like it. EOS, if you like it. Filecoin, if you like it. Terra, good. Terra Luna, good. What else we got? Kusama, good. Cosmos, good. FTX token. This is an exchange, guys. I use this exchange, FTX. I like it. I don't own any of their tokens or any of their coins, but not bad. Pancake Swap, not bad. Thor, not bad. Tezos, not bad. So on and so forth, right? Sushi, good. I was just talking to the president of the EYL Crypto Club, and we were talking about sushi. It was a buy. I gave entry points inside the Telegram. If you've seen them, it's already up. It's already up from the entry points. So, all right. Now what we're gonna do? Let's just go over. I already went over the top 5 last time, so let's just kind of. Well, actually, let's just do those first. So, all right. Now we're looking at buying opportunities, right? We're not gonna start with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's a buy right now. Bitcoin's a buy all the time. Buy Bitcoin. So that's your entry. Buy Bitcoin is your entry for Bitcoin. For Cardano, let's find an entry for you. We're sitting right now at $1.66. The lowest we touched was 95 cents. If you would have had a limit order set, which I show in my previous videos, if you would have had a limit order set, you could have picked up, as much Cardano as you wanted at a buck and already be up to $1.66. So this candlestick right here is called a shooting star. It's a shooting star. Dropped all the way down and shot back up. And now it's finding a level up here. So the first thing we're going to do, guys, is set our levels, right? That's what we do. And when I say set levels, I mean floors and ceilings. We find places of consolidation like this. We find places of consolidation. See how it's just kind of sitting around that same amount? And we set a floor on them. So that's the first thing we're going to do. Boom. So boom, pull up our horizontal line. And we can start them. Let's go back first. And the first one we're going to start is right here. All right. People are going to be like, oh, like, how did you pick that area? Why did you start there? It's obviously you want to zoom in and get the best, picture you can. This is me showing you guys on YouTube and not being perfectly detailed, as that would be meticulous and we'd be sitting here for longer than necessary as I try to get these lines exactly perfectly correct, as I can be OCD sometimes. So this is a floor, right? When you're doing your floors, you want to make sure you get them smooth. It touches this floor in this consolidation range, so that's why we set this floor. And now we're going to set a top, a ceiling. Where did it hit after it left this floor and ran up? Where did it run up to? We set a ceiling, right? So that's going to be right here. We're using this wick up as our ceiling. Boom. So now we got this floor and this ceiling set. Actually, we're not going to use that wick. We're going to use, let me remove that. We're not going to use the wick. We're going to use the candlestick. More appropriate. Okay. So now we're chilling. We got one floor and one ceiling. Inside of that floor and ceiling, we're going to add more levels to our house. We're going to add more levels to the house that we're building. So we're going to add more floors and add more ceilings. So as we go down, this is our first floor. And now we're looking, boom, 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 boom. It ran up to the ceiling. It came back down. And now we're just moving with the chart. We're just watching what's going on. Let me change this to, no, I need it for that. Never mind. And we're looking for another floor. And You can put one here if you so choose. That's pretty close. That's only from $1.15 to $1.21. So I'm going to leave that floor alone, and instead I'm going to put a floor a little bit higher up here where I see one. All right, we see all three of these candlesticks sitting right there. So I set that floor. Now the cool thing is, look, I just set this floor over here. This is the cool thing, right? I just set this floor over here. This purple line, I just set it. And look what it did. It automatically found a ceiling back here. Right? So if I just undo this, if I undo that line, remember I came into this and I said I'm going to find these three. And now let me just go forward one. And I put the line there under these three. And look, it's already at a ceiling. So you know that's a pretty good floor and ceiling level because you can tell which coin. Hey, hop into the YouTube. Are you using the FTX platform for this video? No, I'm using TradingView for this video. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, cool. Sorry. Yeah, guys, hop into the YouTube for questions. I can't really look at the phone, look at this. I mean, eventually I'll get better at it, but it'd be easier to hop on YouTube. All right, let me see here. Great breakdown. Justin helping us make money. Get that money. I lived through the 80%. I cried a little, but diamond hands, baby. Nice. Hit the like button, guys. Oh, yeah, I don't even, I mean, don't forget to pay. You can't forget. All right, we back. Yeah, my mic is running low. All right, we should be good for a little bit. All right, cool. So again, that was really cool. We set the floor over here, and it gave us a ceiling over here. So now we got our first floor level, 115. Our next floor level, 126. Let's go up and find another floor, right? Now we can look for a floor or a ceiling. So we're going from 126 up, up, up. All right, so that started as a little ceiling, little 2 bars, but we like to see more than that, if possible. But when we look over to our left-hand side, we see we get a couple bars sitting right there, right? So let's go ahead and set that level. We got a couple floors. So what I'm looking at is this right here, right? So I'm setting it off of this movement. Boom. Again, I'll show you the highlighter. Highlighting here. It's off of this movement. So we got that floor set. And when we look over to our right, look, it automatically, we got a ceiling here. We just broke the ceilings there. So as you can see, the more, like, the better and better you get, the more detailed you get, deeper, like, as you keep practicing this, you'll get better. And you'll start having, like, those light bulb moments where you're like, what, like, how the hell? And honestly, to me, it's really cool. It's just like a cool, like, moment. You're just like, oh, okay, now we good. So these aren't necessarily entries, but these are like, how would you say, like a barrier to an entry, right? So we know that for this, in this action here, we know that in this action here, right, where it went up, 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 and followed it up, the barrier that it was sitting on this floor level, right, sitting on that floor level at 126, and then it broke through that, and it went to this next level, and this was a barrier. It was going to do one, two things. It was either going to find a new ceiling here, or it was going to break through that, right? So look what it did. It broke through it. And then the next one, the next floor level, it was either going to find a home here, and it tried to with this red candle, and then the bulls came back and said, nah, we're going to the next level. So now let's keep going up. Now let's keep going up with our levels. So now again, we started down here at 115, and we're just moving up, right? We're just looking over the past few months, or over the past month, right? We started back here, April 5th. We found our first floor, and then we've just been working through the chart, going from left to right, finding new floors and new ceilings and setting them. And that's the same thing we're continuing to doing. And now, since we ran out of this range, now we're going to continue upwards, onwards and upwards, right? So boom, now we're continuing upwards. So now we're on this new level. I'm on a new level. I'm on a new level. All right. Now that we're on this new level and we broke through this our last ceiling, what do we got to do? We got to find a new floor. So this would be my new floor, but it's very close to my old level, right? My old level is 150, and if I want to set a floor here, my new level would be 156. Depending on how much, you don't want to end up having, like, you don't want to look at it and have 50 different lines all over the place, right? So it just starts to get confusing, it's too much. So as you go up your levels, you might remove one of your floor levels. But you remember, you put it in your notes, right? You put it in your notes that, okay, one of my floor levels was at 115. You put all these numbers into your notes, so that way you can come back and reset them and have that data still, but not be distracted with that all over your charts, right? So that's really helpful that I found. So again, we started back here, we found our first floor, 115. We moved away through the charts, we found more floors and ceilings. Now we're up in the price discovery, I guess you could call it, as far as what we're doing. And we're only going to look at our last two floors, so 137 and 150, and then we're going to continue up, building our home, building up more floors and more ceilings. All right, so 1 second. So as we go through this, you see here, where my tool at? Where my tools at? Boom, flat line. Why the 4-hour time frame? So I'm using the 4-hour time frame because right now we're trying to find entry points and we're pricing the action in, right? So a 4-hour time frame gives us enough data, enough information to say this is what was going on, but not, but also enough to catch a movement, right? Because if we're on a 1-hour time frame, there's going to be a lot more bars, a lot more movement, and that 1-hour time frame is not going to be as solid data. The further time frame you go back, the better the information you have to work off of, right? If you've been dating a girl for a year, you're going to know, how she acts and how she responds better than if you've been dating her for a one hour. So we try to go back as far as possible, but because we're trying to find an entry point right now, we really don't want to go past the 4-hour, because if I had a daily chart on, then the daily chart would just show me, one candle. It would just show one candle that went up and down, and I wouldn't actually be able to see the movement of that candle. So if I go to a 4-hour, I can see the movements of the candle and make my my predictions and set my build my house and all that stuff, use all my tools with the better data. Now it'd be different if I was trying to day trade, right? If I was day trading, I might start on 4-hour, move down to 1 hour, move down to 30 minutes. I might do that because in that case, I need the quicker action. I need to know what's happening, relatively quicker. But when we're trying to find entry points, the first thing, I don't know if you've been here the whole time, but the first thing we did was we looked at the month, and then we went down to the day, then we went down to the 4-hour. So, bad, almost like finding the indicator between the SMA and EMA. I'm not sure what you mean there. Don't forget to pay. Hashtag don't forget to pay, baby. We got 8 likes, 14 viewers and 8 likes. Dang, man. Doing me dirty. It's cool, though. You know what I mean? I got you. I'm going to keep putting it out there, though. All right. Let me see here. So, going back to, we broke through this line. This is where we're at now. We broke through this line, right? We moved up. We went up, we went up these levels, up these levels, up these levels. Now we're looking for new levels to find. We're looking for a new floor. All right. Boom. That's it. Again, we were going to do this one, especially because it touches back down. And you know what? Let's just do that one. I'm so indecisive. No, we're not going to do that one. It doesn't give us enough of data. We can use this high frame, though. Boom. We're using this high. Everyone should know why we're using that high, right? Because we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles that are pretty much testing that range, right? 6 candles that are testing $1.79. 6 candles. So every one candle right now is 4 hours. So 6 times 4, that's how many hours. It was testing this 179 level. That's why we're setting our ceiling there. Boom. Easy enough, right? Same thing here. Set another one there. Boom. Same thing here. Set another one there. Boom. Same thing here. And then we got our all-time. And now we got levels, right? And now we're going back to the $1.50 range where we're only looking at $1.50 and above. Because we already talked about under $1.50. So now that we set our floor at $1.50, now let's just look at these ones from up top. So now we're dealing with this set of data. The biggest swing that we have is from $1.50 to $1.79. So we need to find something in between here that's going to help us out. And what I see is I see these two. One, two here, another few over here, this one here, this one here. So I'm going to go ahead and set mine there. You might say you're somewhere else. It depends on what you see, right? It depends on the longer you do this and the better you get. That's why I don't compare myself to anybody else, because I'm not on their level. I'm on my own level, and I'm only going to try to get better. So, all right, so we got $1.50, $1.65, $1.79. Right now we're at $1.62. We're in between our ranges, right? Next thing we're going to do is take a Fibonacci. Once we know our ranges, come over here, take your fib, do a Fibonacci retracement. You run it from the start of this trend, which was down here, and you run it up to the top of this trend, and then you find the pullback. Normally, most pullbacks pull back to the golden level, which is 0.618, and that would put us right here around $1.90. So if I know that normally the golden level is 0.618, and that's where most pullbacks come from, right? So let's say if I know that, if I already know that, and I have my ceilings and my floors set, I have my ceilings and my floors already set, meaning that when they get to those levels on my ceilings and floors, they usually test it, and then they have to break out, right? See, got to this level, it tested it, then it broke out. Got to this level, it tested it for a few days, and it broke out. And I know it's kind of hard to see with the extra charts on here, but this is just something you're going to have to be able to learn and kind of pick through. So give me 1 second. I'll remove this Fibonacci. Let me put this in real quick. 1.09, $1.90, $1.90. All right, now I'm going to remove this. So this is just a reminder to me that $1.90 was my golden level of 0.61 on my Fibonacci. Now you can see this range. So now we're going to go find this golden level, $1.90. You can see the $1.90 on the right hand side. And now this is where I think it's going to come back to. This is where I think when it does actually bounce back from where it's at, I think this will be its new home for a little while, around $1.90. That'll be its new home for a little bit before eventually moving way back up. So then what do? Now I go here, 15 likes. Hey, y'all show some love real quick. I appreciate that one. I appreciate that one. From 8 to 15, double up. Appreciate that one real quick. Checklist, floors and ceilings, then fib retracement. Yep, exactly. The James, let me know on my other accounts. Let me like on my other accounts. I appreciate you. Make that 9 likes. Strong. Appreciate you guys. For real. Thank you. Hashtag don't forget to pay. So again, now what we're doing is we're going to put our fib on, right? So first we did our fib from this trend, boom, up, and that gave us our $1.90. So if we do it from here, it should be very similar, right? Let's go ahead and do that. So boom, get into the high, boom. So look, we already have that target price. So now we're watching for this price action. We're watching for this exact price action. What we're hoping is going to happen is we get some candlesticks that move like this. And what does that do, guys? If it moves like this, it's testing our ceiling of 165. And then eventually we hope it just starts breaking out of our 165, gets to 195, and starts testing our ceiling here, our 194 ceiling. We'll start testing that. And then boom, get a breakout, go up to 215, start testing that, and so on and so forth, right? So this is what I mean when, like, you know, this is not guaranteed. I could be 100% completely wrong, right? So let's do this. Let's say I'm looking at it from a good side. I'm looking at it from a side of like, oh my God, everything is great, and this is what we want to happen, and this is, you know, what hopefully happens, right? But let's look at it from the opposite side. We got to play devil's advocate too. We got to play devil's advocate as well, because again, we were hoping it goes. Again, the hope is it goes here, tests our level, eventually goes up, tests this level, eventually goes up, tests this level, goes up, right? So that was our hope. But obviously, that doesn't mean that's going to happen. We forgot. Don't forget that we built up this house to get to $1.50. You know, we still have lower levels of our house. So let's go down and let's look at our lower levels, right? Now, what can happen in this scenario? In this scenario, we test here, and we get a drop. We get to 150, we do a bounce, and we test, and we start living here. Then we get a drop, and we bounce, and we start living here. Drop, bounce, drop, bounce, drop, bounce, all the way down, right? So both possibilities can happen. So what you're doing is you're preparing for those possibilities, and you're making educated decisions by doing your technical analysis of your fundamental coin. Cardano, fundamental project. Fundamentals are solid. Technical, this is what we're looking at right now, and this will help us find our entries. And then real world adoption, right? Cardano is being implemented. Their smart contracts come out in the end of August is the timeline, but if you don't know, most of the time people get late with the crypto. They don't really they say it'll be here in August and it doesn't get here until January. So that's normal for crypto. You'd hope it doesn't happen, but it does happen. So hopefully with the Cardano roadmap, let me show you guys that real quick for the ones that don't know. Oh shoot, I did ecosystem and meant to do roadmap. This is called the Cardano roadmap. This is important to understand with projects, right? So right now we're on this phase called the Goguen phase. You can go ahead and I'm going to put this link in the comments right now for the people that want to check it out. People that want to check it out, link is in the chat. But yeah, so we're on the smart contracts phase. Again, it's called Goguen. This is supposed to be completed at the end of August, but if it's not, then look for it to get completed at the end of the year. But this should be a slight catalyst. It may already be priced into the market, but this should be a slight catalyst to why Cardano's price should rise. The completion of Goguen and smart contracts. And for the people that don't know what smart contracts are, it's one of the most important things in cryptocurrency. So I would suggest looking at my page. I made a post about it on my page, but my Instagram. But you can also just Google about it, right? I mean, I literally Google everything. So, boom. Okay, back to the charts. So now we'll check off. So now we did all the work, right? Now we did the work for Cardano. We did the work. And now once we do the work, we find out where we're going to make our educated decisions at, right? So right now it's at $1.63. You could set a buy order right here. You could set a buy order. Where did it touch? See these wicks? These wicks drop down. The next level you would set a buy order is right here, $1.50. You set a limit order, and then we expect this. We expect the Cardano to kind of settle, drop down, test that 150 level. That's where your order would be executed. You would buy, and now it would go back up and hopefully test this level, then go up, right? So that's where your first entry would be, $1.50. And that's why you dollar cost average your way into these positions, right? You DCA into these positions. Because if you're dollar cost averaging into them, then you can just go ahead and set a limit order. Let me set a limit order for $1.50, $1.37, and $1.26. And guess what? If all of those hit, well, guess what? Let me set another limit order for $1.15 and another one. Like, this is an unexpected action right here, right? People weren't expecting the market to fall this far in the time it did. But what happened was that gave a bunch of people an opportunity that had limit orders set. If you had a limit order set for, let's say, $1,000 to buy Cardano at 95 cents, it would have came down and filled your order, and then you immediately would have went from buying Cardano at 95 cents, $1,000 worth, to now having Cardano at $1.63, and you immediately. That's why limit orders are pretty important, man. Limit orders can really help you out. It's definitely something that you want to check out. Okay, so that was Cardano, right? So I'm not going to write the entries up here. You can, if you like that and you want to use those, it's not financial advice, so it's up to you. But boom, that's Cardano. Now we move on to the next one. On to the next one. And then I must already have this drawn up here. This one is BNB, and we would do the same thing. You pretty much just go through it and do the exact same thing, right? You do all that work. You figure out where the levels are. You read about it. You Google BNB. You make sure that there's no crazy news coming up, and then you'll find your entries and you'll put in your exits and do the same. So let me see right now. Does anyone have a coin that they want me to go over? Anyone in the chat? Anyone have something that they're like, yo, do this chart? If so, let me know. If not, I'm gonna look on CoinGecko and check some stuff out. So Bitcoin's been around 37 for a little bit now. Let's go back. Again, Bitcoin dictates the market, right, guys? Bitcoin dictates the market. So that's what's going to allow us to know what we should and what we shouldn't be doing. I got a few messages over here. Let me double check. Cool. That's good. Tamika says she wants to check out Polkadot. Can I transfer my Cardano from Uphold? I don't use Uphold. I heard that you are able to transfer it though. I asked someone that earlier. They said that you are able to transfer it from Uphold, but I've heard two different sides. So we got Polkadot, HBAR. Talk about taking profit even though you want to buy more and hold long. Okay, I'll talk about that. Decentraland. So Decentraland is Mana and Solana. Those are all good projects. Because all these projects have good FA, fundamental analysis, I'm down to do them all. So let's start with Tamika. She got in there first. She said Polkadot, right? So boom. Go over here. Type in dot. Is this sign? Kraken is the when you're doing just charting. I like to use Kraken because it has the longest data set, right? So wow, look, I haven't even been on this site and I haven't done that in a while. And look at this entry I put on here. Come on, man. Oh my goodness. No, I must have been on here. There's no way. Where would I have found that at? There's no way. Oh, look where I found it at. Right back here. Right back here. So I must have set this when. No, I ain't even gonna give myself that credit. Even though there's a ceiling and floor right there, I can't. I must have been looking at this earlier. But obviously, I don't remember doing it. I don't remember looking at Polkadot in some time. I bought Polkadot a while back, so. Oh wait, you can tell when I started because this Fibonacci. Dang, so this chart is from February, my guys. This chart is from February. Wow. So that's really cool. So anyway, as I said, if you do leave your things on here and they stay on there, then you can find great entries. So I can't believe that. I'm pretty shocked. Okay. Anyway, so here's Polkadot. I guess I did it at some point. We can redo it though. We'll redo it. This is crazy. Um, did you chart link? I came late. No, I did not. Good FA before any TA. That's facts. That's big facts, James. Good FA before any TA. FA is the most important. Because once you know the FA, then you can hop into the TA, you know what I mean? So that's big facts. So, alright, so we got Polkadot. I don't know when I did this chart, but already in I had Polkadot set at 1995, and it came down and it hit 1889. So you would have had an immediate come up because right now it's back up to 26. So there's the entry for you there at 1995. Set a limit order. Don't think about it. Chill out. Yeah, so gave you that one. Now let's go ahead. Who said the next one? The next one was H bar by Yvette. All right, Yvette, give me a second. Let me pull up H bar. So there's no Kraken one. Binance is obviously really good to use, but it's just they don't take their data as far back, so it's kind of frustrating sometimes. Like you can't really see everything you want. But it looks like this one has a pretty good amount. All right. So first things first, right? We're looking at where did it cross this moving average? It's crossed the moving average right here. Or better question, where did it find consolidation, right? It was consolidating this whole time. Pretty much the same that whole time, right? So consolidated. Then finally it broke out. Now let's throw on a macro view. This is a macro view Fibonacci. So a macro view of Fibonacci. So and it's macro view just because it's a bigger picture, right? We're going back to January. So a super macro view would be since inception, since the beginning of the coin started. But we're going back to here. And again, most of the time I try to get as detailed as possible when I'm doing charting, but that would be a little meticulous. So for the sake of us being on YouTube and me not taking 20 hours doing it, I'm just kind of going off, more basis. Just a general. So look where it pulls back to, guys. Come on, man. Stop playing. Look where it pulls back to. It pulls back to 1924. Pulls back to 1924. Where is it at right now? 15. that means you gotta, or where's it at right now? 23. It went to 15. If you would have had your order set at 1924, your order would have been filled, boom, and it would have shot right back up to 23. You wouldn't even have to worry about it. Wouldn't even have to think twice. So again, that entry is just off of Fibonacci golden level, right? That's not off of doing anything special. That's not off of setting super trend lines and figuring out when the next wick is going to break out. That's not doing anything extra. It's literally that's just off of Fibonacci. All right, so let's go ahead and get rid of this Fibonacci because that's a macro view Fibonacci. Boom. And again, that's something you find later. So you're doing that later, right? You're going back to do that. Let's figure out what's going on now. When we look more like recent data, right? Boom, we're looking more here at recent data. What do? We're setting our floors and we're setting our ceilings, correct? I know you said it out there, I heard you. All right, so let's just start down here when the trends first really started taking off. Again, I'm clicking on the horizontal line and I'm setting a floor. I'm gonna use this right here. Boom, I'm gonna use that as my first floor. See, it just runs all the way straight through, right? All the way through. And then my first ceiling, we'll use that. I actually need to be able to see these a lot better, so sorry. And let's make this a daily. So remove these. So we had a bull flag pattern here. It's called a bull flag pattern where it runs up, and then it just consolidates. That's called a bull flag pattern. So going from there, all right, what we're going to do is now we're going to use this current trend that we're on. This current trend that we're on was this one. Just do the Fibonacci from this current trend now. Again, we're going to the highest peak point, boom. Points to Fibonacci at 0.26, way below. Remember, it was 19, right? It was 0.1924 was the macro 0.61. And if you don't know what 0.61 is, again, it's the Fibonacci, right? If you don't know what the 0.61 is, it's the golden level Fibonacci. Boom, so I'm just leaving that over there to remind me as I set my floors and ceilings. Floor, boom, ceiling, boom, boom, boom. Now we got this set up. So we got 7 cents, 15 cents, 27 cents, 40 cents, right? Again, these could look a little bit better. If you look back here, we got a floor right here. So it's currently at a floor level. We don't really have a floor in between this range just because it's shot straight up. So there's no real floor in between there for us to chart on, to go off of the data. But we can set this one because we see that right there, right? I should actually take this out because it plateaued for 2 days, but it's all good. Then we'll do one more. Let's see. I like that one. This top. So we're doing this top right here. These are our levels. Boom. We set this top over here, I'm pretty sure. Look, it came right down and touched that, 0.15. Bottom there. Right, so now we're looking at what's going to happen next. Let's see what happens next. We had a trend down. Throw a reverse Fibonacci, we had a trend down to this lowest point. 3-1. It hit the bottom. Retrace. So now we got these levels. And if it goes over 0.25. Then we know it's going to start moving up further higher to 0.25 up to 0.28 and then 0.32. 0.28, 0.32. 0.28, right? I said this is 0.279. I said 0.28 and then 0.32. 0.329. So that was one off. So now we know that our levels are not bad. We have, like, they're okay, they're good enough to use. And we found that out by doing that reverse Fibonacci. And then after we did that reverse Fibonacci, we have our levels to use, right? So now we're at H bar at 25. It's going to possibly bounce off this 24 level. It's going to sit here. This is now what we're expecting, right? We're expecting it to do a candle here, candle here. Ooh. My bad. I be talking, dang. Got my throat dry. All right. So again, it's right above that 0.24 level. We're looking for a bouncing candle. Bouncing candle, test it, test it, test it before doing what? Coming up, testing the 2.7, hopefully going through it. Testing the 3.2, hopefully going through it. Going back to a normal range for it, right? Subsequently, we already know, just like we did for the last one, we already know that it could do the same thing. It could test it, test it, test it, come down. And look, this is the reason. I mean, I can't say this is the exact reason, but this is an influencer and an indicator that you can look at, like, boom, 56% drop. And then the same thing right here. We got another, when you look at this run up, right? How much was this run up from here up to, holy shit, that was 206. So that's not a bad retracement, right? 206%, it went up. And now over that time, it retraced from that entire amount. Sorry, no, it didn't. It retraced from here. $55. So we went up 206, we came back 55, right? So we still have room to keep growing. We still have room. We got 150% that we can keep getting up to. Again, Bitcoin dictates the market. So we watch Bitcoin. We go back to our Bitcoin levels. We make sure that Bitcoin's not acting wild and it's staying inside our levels. And if it's staying inside our levels, then we can make a decision when it comes to our smaller alternative coins, aka altcoins, just like this one, right? So that's how we would make that decision. And again, these are the numbers over here that you would use. I'm not going to write them out. Let me see. So that was Polkadot. That was H bar. Next one is Mana, which is Decentraland. Mana. Mana on Kraken. Again, we want to use Kraken. What's Kraken? Boom. Look at these. Look at this. The highs and lows. Tell me how it goes. Thought he was sick. Now he's wiping his nose. Okay. 50 cents. Mana is the stuff, though. Excuse me. No problem, Yvette. I got you. So we got Mana, then Solana, then Link. And how do I get these charts? You go to tradingview.com, and when you're on tradingview.com, you can pay for the service, or you can use it free. And basically, you just tap into the top left right there. After you tap into that top left, you can type in the different charts, and you'll be good. And J-Rob, we trust. Hey, shout out Greg. Thanks, brother. What do you think about ICP? Give me a second. Let me get to these other. What indicator was the range when you used to see the percentage it ran up and back? That was a measuring stick. Used right here on the left-hand side. It's a measuring stick, right? So you just hit that measuring stick, come back down. Boom, 80%. All right. So now that we did that, let's set our ceiling is obviously the 244, and the bottom I think was 50 cents. We set. All right. Now this is within the days. We're going to make this a little bit bigger to find our other price action, right? So we got a floor right here. Boom. We got a ceiling right here. Boom. And look how this ceiling runs right with this ceiling, which runs right over here with this ceiling. Right, guys? That's the cool part about this. I wasn't even looking over here. I'm clicking here. That's how you know that you just put in a limit order and don't think about it. Don't be freaked out about it. Just put in the limit order and chill. And if it comes to it, it comes to it. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But at least you got an entry where you're not all bugged out like, oh, is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? You should know your entries and your exits before you get into the purchase, especially when you're doing day trades, but even when you're doing long-term holding, right? Now, in the grand scheme of things, do I think Mana is going to be a good project? Yeah, I do. Do I think it's going to be way more than, what is it now, 92 cents? Yeah, I do. So, I mean, I don't know, in the grand scheme of things, buy it. But as if when it comes to right now, if you're worried about the entry, if you have that type of emotional attachment, this is what will help with that, right? All right, so let me get back into it. So we had this ceiling here. Now it's floor. We go up. We have these ceilings up here. Now they're floors, and then the crazy run up there, right? Let's say we got a floor here, right? A floor here because we got the floor right there and the floor right there. Boom, boom, double time. All right. So now we got from 47 cents to 81 cents to $1.13 to 131 to 157 up to $2 and something, right? We're not going to worry about this lower level at first because we're not at that lower level anymore. But just know it's down there, right? So you can just set an order, 0.477, or even do a little bit above it if you're not too worried about it. Instead of doing 0.477, you do it like right here, 0.53. So that's how you can also, you got an idea of where you want to get in, and you just set the order. Boom. So once you have the idea, you set the order. Okay, so that's the first thing, or not the first thing. That's what we already finished. Ceilings, floors, boom, boom, boom. We're good. Now what are we going to do? Fibonacci, what? Retracement. All right? We're going to run a reverse Fibonacci. And I say reverse just because we're going from the top to bottom instead of the bottom to the top. Right? So boom, top, down to the bottom, which is this level down here. And I'm just going over more just because I want to, because it's more space of the graph. Right? We got our 0.17 level. 0.618 golden Fibonacci level, and it's 117. So boom, put it in. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Put in the text box. 1.17. Current point. Yeah, 0.618. All right. So again, it's $1.17 is the current golden Fibonacci level of 0.618. And then I'm just leaving that there. Oops. Then I just leave that there as a reminder, right? So now I know, boom, boom, I got that reminder set. Now, now we're looking at these levels. 75, 91. So right now it's sitting on this level. It's sitting on this level of the Fibonacci. So I'm going to set that level of the Fibonacci because it's sitting right there. And we're looking for it to go up and close above the $4 mark and then go up, right? So if you have a level that's close to the Fibonacci, see, you can see this purple line is close to my Fibonacci, so I can use that. I can use that. I can use that. But if your level is, if you don't have a level near it, like this one right here, I don't have a level set here. Let me set one. All right? Easy enough. Now we're going to remove the Fibonacci so we can just see better. Now we have our more level set. Make this bigger. Kind of get deeper into it. Now that our floors and ceilings have been set. Again, we're right here. We're at we're at 92 cents. And what are we looking for, right? We're looking for, this is a daily candle again. So these are daily candles. So this is not what I wanted to do. We want to be on 4-hour candles when we're getting deeper into the picture. When we're getting deeper into the picture, you want to be on a 4-hour candle because that way you can get a more idea of how the price is moving into action, right? So now again, we're testing right now. We're testing this 0.91 level. It's at 0.93. We're testing the 0.91. We want it to either hit here and hold here and stay around here and eventually move up to our 104 level, then up to our 113, then up to our 131. So what we want is this level right here, this 91 cents. We want this 91 cent level to be our new floor, right? We want that level to be this. We want some solid action where everything just kind of stays right there and chills out and then starts, making its move up. And again, these are 4-hour candles, right? So, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. So that would be one day. That would be by the end of the day, right? So you don't have to get too confused, like, oh dang, all those candles, you want them to sit there all day? So just 1, 2, 3, 4, and then eventually start to creep up to this level, and then up and up and up, and that's what we would want to happen. And if you're a day trader, you're watching these levels all the time. You're constantly setting your levels, you're readjusting, you're constantly readjusting these levels as well to what? To Bitcoin. Bitcoin dictates the market. So if Bitcoin is wilding out and doing some, ungodly nonsense where it's dropping from 56,000 down to 30,000, which, hey, Bitcoin is about to be back at 40K, guys, so you can calm down even more. But anyway, that's how you're making these decisions, right? So Bitcoin's moving up, so these coins are moving up. The stability is coming back to the market. The institutional investors got all the people to sell, and now boom, they're coming in and buying. All right, so these would be your entries for mana. You know what I mean? And again, these aren't exact entries. I want you guys to take this. Don't take this at its face value and just say, oh, I see $1.04 here, so I'm putting $1.04 in, and I'm forgetting about it. Or I see 91 cents, so Justin said 91 cents, and that's what I'm doing. Like, if that's what you want to do, that's on you. It's not financial advice. But what I'm trying to suggest you to do is go to repeat exactly what I'm doing so you can learn for yourself and you can get comfortable setting your own levels, and then you can go watch other people and see if other people's levels are similar to yours, and if they are, then you're getting verified. Boom. And now you know. So that's what I did. I learned how to do this. I started going to watch other people and see their levels and see how they did it. And when I got comfortable enough to feel as though I was not on their level but doing similar things to them, I was like, okay, now I want to show other people. So that's exactly what's going on here. All right, so the next coin that was Mana, again, Decentraland. The next one is Solana, and you already missed, I can already tell you, bro, you already missed your entry for Solana because that thing is too good. Oh my God, this is one of the most beautiful things. If you could have got into this project at any point here, then you're going to make money. I mean, look, it already went down. It's already up back to 46 cents. Solana is a phenomenal, phenomenal project. It's going to be really strong. I'm not going to do any of that extra stuff that I did previously because I've already done it. And I'll just give you this. 1 second. Solana should move up to $49 here soon. It's a buy for me. I don't know. I'm gonna hurt your feelings, but you missed the boat. That's really it. You missed the boat. Solana was a buy all during this time. Anything under $40 was a buy for Solana. But yeah. And that's just because this is such a strong project, guys. That's why. Solana is a very, very, very good project with a humongous ecosystem being built out throughout it. So, who asked about Solana? King Jeb, DM me on Instagram, and I'll give you some exact points that you might be able to get into it. But yeah, bro, you missed the boat pretty much. Anything between 38 and where it just went would have been phenomenal, like home run status. Because Solana's probably going to $100, probably. All right, boom. That's the next one. Do you think? Did you try link? Nah, I didn't do the link yet, but I need to. This is not fine. Yeah, it's not financial advice. Boom, boom, boom. Link. All right, let's get into link real quick. They want to talk about the highs and lows. Okay, link is a buy right now. So as much as I was just saying Solana is a solid project, Link is just as solid, if not more solid. The only thing is Link is an Oracle protocol compared to Solana is a actual like ecosystem that they're building off of. But Link is a great project. And let me see here. So hopefully this is the bottom 30. Let's remove that. Ah, shoot. Let me go back. Let's remove that. So anything under 30, anything under this moving average is going to be a big buy. Big buy. 72 day. So it's a buy right now. And I mean, Link is a really good project, guys. So this is like a super buy and super hold. So you're getting a discount no matter what right now. It should get back up to the $38 range here shortly. So probably by as soon as Bitcoin, right? So as soon as Bitcoin gets up, let's see. Let me show you something cool that you can do too. So let's go back to the link. Let's put on our measure, and let's say we're going from here up to the 0.61 level here. That's 30%. All right. Bitcoin is here, current price. So Link will get back up to 38%. I'm sorry, get it back up to $38 far before Bitcoin. I don't want to say far before, but as Bitcoin gets closer to 52K, right? Again, Bitcoin has already been moving up. It dropped down to 29.9, which let's say that's 30,000. It's already at 40,000. Again, that's just today. This is the daily. It dropped down to 30K. It's already back to 40K. So, you know, take that for what you will. All right. Hopefully, but don't count it. That's right, but don't count it. All right, guys. So those are the coins I'm gonna do because those are people asked. I'll stay on for a few more minutes if anyone else has any other questions. I'll go over them. But I think I don't even know how long I've been on here. I've been on here a minute though. So any other questions? Anybody? 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 Now is the time that you want to ask. Also, I have the Zoom tonight at 5. Zoom tonight, 5 p.m. Pacific time. The link is in my Instagram bio. The link is in my Instagram bio. So Zoom tonight, 5 o'clock. We'll talk about all this stuff. Uh, I already did Decentraland. That's Mana, Algo, and Cosmos. Cosmos is a good project. You should buy it. I'll do Algo. I don't really know as much about Algo. I know it's not a bad project, but whoa. They want to talk about the highs and lows. Yeesh. Say you're sick while you're wiping your nose. Okay. Oh my goodness, this is sick. You're a sick man for this. 60% from top to the bottom. Boom. 42%. Where is it at right now? $1.05. So I'm not going to go set these floors for you. I'm just going to check it out really quick. This is the moving average. It's a buy right now at $1.06. It's a buy right now at $1.06. I would set a limit order for 98 cents. If it gets to 98 cents, that'd be sick. Um, if it gets to 98 cents, I'd be sick. But if it closes up above, if it closes above here, so that means it goes like this, and it closes up here above $1.08, then you missed it. So you can either buy it right now or set a limit order for 98 cents. You gotta remember, everything is on sale right now, guys. Bitcoin is on sale right now. Literally, it's not as low as it once was. The sale is ending. The sale is starting to end, but things are still on sale. So that's why you're like, I don't want you to think I'm being lazy, just saying, oh, it's a buy right now. It's a buy right now because it's under its 20-week moving average, which is a big deal. And Bitcoin is on the rebound, which means these alternative coins will be on the rebound and probably push higher. So just so you know. Algo, Decentraland, Cosmos. Which one would you let go? I mean, for long term, I just don't know as much about Algo. Like, I know it's an okay project, but I don't know like everything about it. So let's just do a quick. The one I would let go is the one that I know about the least, right? So whichever one you know about the least is the one that you need to let go. And if you know the same amount about them all, then you need to learn about two more than the other one, and you got to decide which one that is. I don't say that lightly, and I definitely don't try to say it harshly. I say it because, like, when you know about their projects, you're not freaking out. You're not asking, like, when should I sell? When should I do this? You're not tripping about it because you're already good money. So just wanted to kind of throw that in there. So Algo, I mean, it's up 443% year to date. That's pretty good. So it has the 48th highest market cap. It's in the top 50. All-time high of $3.50. It's down 71%. So look at that. Yeah, It's down 71% from its all-time high. If you think it's gonna go, you know what I mean, go crazy. I just don't know about the project enough. Building the borderless economy. I like the sound of that. Dedicated to fulfilling the global promise of blockchain technology by leveraging the Algorand protocol and open source software, which was initially designed by the team scientists. Yeah, I'll check it out more for you. I'll check it out more. Why buy Bitcoin when growth potential with altcoins is better? So because it's I mean, cryptocurrency is already risky, right? It's already crazy. I mean, again, we have these crazy pullbacks out of nowhere all the time, right? So we have this huge pullback. So Bitcoin is the most stable cryptocurrency in the sense of it has the mass adoption. Most people are using it as a store of value. Most people know about Bitcoin before they know about anything else, right? So that's why I would go with Bitcoin over something else because you're going to hold Bitcoin forever. Some of these projects that you're speaking around, like it becomes apparent that some people have not been around for long enough just because a lot of these projects they get funding but they don't go anywhere. It's just like a small business, right? Your small business may run up and people put money into it, but your business still has to succeed. Your cryptocurrency, your crypto asset, your protocol, whatever your crypto does, it still needs to be successful and it still needs to succeed. And if you don't have a dedicated team and a dedicated CEO of the coin working hard every day, then it could easily go away, right? So what you need to do is make sure that you have a solid project with good fundamental analysis. There's no coin with better, I mean, I'm not gonna say there's no coin, but there's, Bitcoin is one of the best FA coins, right? So that's why. And I say that meaning like altcoins have better growth potential in the short term and in the long term, but it's still a riskier play. You're already risking yourself being in cryptocurrency, and when you're buying Shibu Inu and you don't know what it does, then that's a riskier play. But again, your FA, right? Like Link is a super solid project. There could be more upside to Link, right? Let's say right now, let's see what happens if we do. I think Link's going to go to $100 personally, um, and I have a good amount of money invested in it. So let's say we go from Link. Oops, try to do the measuring tool. Let's say we go from here, where it's at right now, 31 bucks, and we go up to $100. Can't see if that's over there. And we go to $100, that's 211%, right? Now let's do the same for Bitcoin. If we take where Bitcoin's at right now, and let's say 100K, right? We'll just say 100K. People think it's going to go to 100 or higher. 152%, right? So you have to make a decision. Is that 50 extra percent from 200 to or 60, whatever, is that extra percentage amount worth the risk of whatever asset you own, you know about? Also, do you know 60% worth of information more like about whatever asset, right? So, okay, I could make 60% more with Link. Do I know 60% more of about Link than I do about Bitcoin? Or vice versa. Whatever the case may be. Those are the questions you'll ask yourself, and then boom, you'll be good to go moving forward with that. But it's a personal decision, right? Bitcoin is here for the long term. It's already lasted over 12 years. Bitcoin's here to stay. I believe in Link personally. So when you asked about altcoins, I'm just using Link as an example. Link is a solid project, but when you ask about these other projects like Algorand, I'm not saying it won't be around. I'm just saying that I would rather invest in something that I know, a dedicated a lot amount to. Hopefully that answers the question. Did I miss ICP? I actually haven't done it yet. I'll do it really quick for you. But the thing about ICP is they haven't been out very long, so it's not a lot of data to pull off, right? So it's like it's just like dating someone. Like, okay, I've been dating someone for, a month or two. So like, it's not really enough for me to go off of here, right? I mean, look at its all-time high. There's not enough for me to go off of here. I can't really tell you anything. I mean, everything's a buy, but there's no moving average for me to go off of. I mean, obviously it's down from its all-time high, so if you think it's ever going to reach some crazy high amount again, then yeah, I would buy it. $1.37. I'll pull it up on let me see here. $1.16, it's down 60%. So you can just do that, like basic elementary, you know what I mean? Oh, it's 60% off right now. If you believe in it, if you know about it, but you know, if you don't know about it, you don't believe in it, then I would suggest getting Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Cardano beforehand. All right, guys. Appreciate you. Much love, much love. Hit me in the DMs, hit me in the Telegram. Let me know if you have questions. I'll be back on later. Peace out. Leave me out the comments, leave me out the nonsense.